The first major climbs of La Vuelta 2023 and heading north towards Andorra for a finale at altitude. The weather hopefully would play nice on stage 3. For the defence of his title, Remco Evenepoel, well prepared.
I was in Andorra for altitude camp and I knew there was a stage passing in Andorra, so it was a good thing to just do a quick recon of it. And I think it's not the most important stage of the Vuelta, but it can be an important stage. So we just have to be attentive and try to not lose any time.
At Jumbo-Visma, a difficult start for Primož Roglic. He may have tumbled, but that won't shake Sepp Kuss's confidence.
Firstly, it suits Primož really well. It could be pretty explosive. We have to see what the rivals do, and it could also go to the breakaway today. It's still so early in the race for a summit finish, so a lot can happen.
A chance to shine for the climbers targeting stages rather than the GC, like Jay Vine. 2 stage wins last year, even beating Evenepoel to stage 6 success. The Australian knows this finish intimately.
I mean, I do this climb maybe 2 or 3 times a week, so I know it pretty well. Really looking forward to it. Would have been nice if it was 30 degrees like it was last week, but it's still glad the sun's out here, aren't you?
Lennard Kamna returns after his first and only Vuelta appearance. 6 years on, the German has won on the Giro and the Tour. Time to add a Vuelta to his palmarès.
I'm here, I try to go for breaks, go for a stage hunt, but I also try to support like Alex and Kian as good as possible. So it's kind of a mixed approach this year.
A departure from Catalunya on a 158.5 kilometre ride into Andorra. 2 Category 1 peaks, the climax at Arinsal Ski Resort, the first of 9 summit finishes this edition. The perfect setting for the favourites to make an early statement. And for the first time, ideal weather conditions. 60 kilometres in and the first move, a group of 11 escaping, building up a healthy 5-minute gap, with the peloton, little by little, taking control. The man keeping the chasing pack alert, Damiano Caruso, the Italian twice inside the top 4 of his home Grand Tour, the Bahrain victorious rider, the provisional Vuelta leader. Lennard Kamna, as good as his pre-race word, the Bora Hansgrohe man among the talented climbers. Of them, only Caruso 2 years ago and Pierre Latour in 2016 had toasted stage honours at La Vuelta a España. Andrea Vendram in a green state of mind. The Italian focus on intermediate sprint, 42 kilometres from the finish in the fight for the Mayo Verde. The peloton hitting an average of 43 kilometres per hour, heading towards the climb of the Col de Ordino. Jostling for position, Soudal Quickstep's Remco Evenepoel, Jumbo-Visma's duo Roglic and Vingegaard, and Geraint Thomas of Ineos. Inside 80 kilometres to go, the gap 4 minutes 30. His reign in red likely to be abdicated, but Andrea Piccolo, a proud Mayo Rojo. EF Education easy post showing little interest in the break. The 22-year-old wasn't giving it up without a fight.
It's an amazing feeling. It's unbelievable. It's an honor for us. It's at the tee and at the jersey, and we defend it today.
107 kilometres mark, and finally the peloton crossing into Andorra, the biggest microstate in Europe. The Principality, a regular guest on La Vuelta, a destination in 5 of the last 10 editions. And first up, the intermediate sprint. Vendram first over the line for 20 points. The Italian grabbing the green jersey to achieve the clear objective set by his AG2R Citroën team. No surprise then that Vendram, the first to fall away at the foot of the first ascent of the day. Pierre Latour next to suffer as the gradient began to burn the legs. The gap tumbled to inside 2 minutes as the escapades reached the first major climb, the Col de Ordino. Down to a leading trio, Eduardo Sepúlveda, joined by Caruso and Kamna. Down the road, opening day winners DSM regained control of the peloton, and their French star tried to break free.
Here goes another move here from Team DSM Firmenich. And Team DSM Firmenich, they're wanting to try and take today's stage. 1 minute and 39 seconds to the 3 riders in the breakaway, and Bardet is stretching and striking for the stage victory here.
2 bites at the cherry, but without support, weighed down like a stone as the peloton refused Bardet's advance. But action at the head of the race too.
You can see now attack from Caruso at the front. Obviously feels like he had the strongest legs in that breakaway. He's going for the king of the mountain points and those bonus seconds.
Sepulveda catches Caruso and he goes over the top of the Col de Ordino. He takes the maximum points on that first categorized climb.
Sepulveda, provisionally the king of the mountain, but is left behind on the descent by Caruso, followed by Kamna. That saw the gap stretch. The 32-year-old polka dot wannabe left stuck in the middle. Caruso and Kamna heading for the final climb together, yet failing to work as a pair. At the same time, the peloton ready to reel them in, as well as test each other's early Vuelta legs. That, coupled with a break led by Jay Vine, meant the leading duo's gap wasn't going to hold up. The Aussie taking the reins for UAE. And that brought Jumbo-Visma to life through Super Domestique Sepp Kuss. The breakaway officially over. The fight between Evenepoel, Ayuso, Vingegaard and Roglic. Spanish hopes resting with Enric Mas and Marc Soler. But who would have the knockout blow to win on this first mountain stage?
Remco Evenepoel, who spent time in Andorra here at altitude in preparation for his defence of the Vuelta, and here goes the Belgian champion and the former world champion. He goes in defence of this title here in the Vuelta of España, and he wants to go early. He starts to open up. He wants the prime position going into the final 150 metres, and he's being tracked by Jonas Vingegaard, the 2-time winner of the Tour de France. Remco Evenepoel, he's going for first blood. He wants to try and take the first mountain stage here at the Vuelta a España. With number 1 on his back, his arms aloft, the Belgian champion crosses the line here at Arensal.
Remco Evenepoel showing the patience and power to blow the competition out the water. An abrupt crash after the finish, leaving a bloodied Belgian champion, but not ruining his day back in red.
It's a very beautiful victory here in Andorra on high altitude, so it shows that my preparation was good and that I'm ready for the next 3 weeks.
Remco has been Mr. Angry, but the Belgian Hulk used it to create a brilliant summit finish. Jonas Vingegaard on his tail, but couldn't hang on. And that sees the defending champion jump 18 places back into Rojo. The Belgian with 31 seconds on the Great Dane, Roglic, Almeida and Jay Vine within a minute. Vendram did his work early to enjoy his moment in green. A 12-point cushion for the 29-year-old ahead of stage 2 winner Andreas Kron. Victory rubber stamped Evenepoel's dominance of the jersey presentations. Level with Argentine Sepulveda with a quartet, 4 points back. And as if to underline the already realised potential, Remco just 23 years old and therefore in white. An explosive finale, another expected tomorrow with the ride to Tarragona tomorrow.